So I'm seeing a lot of men in our community asking for proof about the women who are speaking out against Cesar Chavez. But let's be real, this reaction, it's nothing new. When women speak up, especially against powerful men, the first instinct often is to do what? To protect the men, to question the women, to call it a distraction. That's not neutrality, that's machismo. And this is sadly the same dynamic that many of us grew up with, where men are protected, women are silenced, and family reputation matters more than the truth. We can respect the legacy of people like Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez and still have space for accountability. These things are not mutually exclusive. If anything, real respect for our history means that we don't repeat its harm. So instead of asking, where's the proof? Maybe ask yourself, why is our first reaction to doubt women? And what does this say about us? This isn't just about one man. It's about machismo, it's about silence, and what we've normalized in our own homes. And calling this a distraction from the Jeffrey list, that's wild. Accountability is not something that's a limited resource. We can care about the pedo Stein files, and we can also hold figures like Cesar Chavez accountable. If anything, dismissing the women here, it proves the exact same culture that protected E. Stein in the first place. So when it's Jeffrey E. Stein, you say, believe the victims. But when it's someone from our own community, suddenly it's, where's the proof? And that this is a distraction. That's not about justice. That's about who you're comfortable holding accountable. Saying that this is a distraction is actually part of the problem. Historically, our communities were taught to protect male figures and to treat women and their voices as inconvenient, something to push aside for a bigger issue. That's machismo, that's silence. And that's exactly how abuse keeps getting minimalized. It's a distraction equals, I don't want to deal with this one. I want to ignore the truth. You're just as bad as the Trumpsters who are choosing to look the other way about the fact that their leader has been accused of multiple sexual uses. This is a deflection, not an argument. You don't fight abuse by picking which victims matter. If it's always a distraction, then accountability never happens. We also have to recognize that this is something historical. In books like The Origins of Macho, which I had just assigned to my students, and we just wrapped up discussion on it this week, we learned that machismo, it's not just about being, quote, tough. Being macho is also about power. It's also about control. Machismo is also about male entitlement to women's bodies. So when women speak up and the first response is, where's the proof? That is not something new. That's part of a long-standing tradition of doing what? Of protecting men and disciplining women into silence. If anything, breaking this silence is how we protect and respect our community, not betray it. Colonial systems have taught us to protect male power and to question women. And some of y'all are doing that work for free. This isn't just about culture in the Chicane, Latine community. This is also about colonial patriarchy. We can't heal as a community if we're repeating the same exact silences that our ancestors were forced into. Stay safe, believe victims, and sending nothing but good energies to Dolores Huerta and all the folks who have stepped up and gave their stories.